DeMarco Jackson, cat from App State, man. I was liking him. Now,
what would you like about him? Because everything I'm looking up, he kind of seems. You want to talk about Muma and the other dude from Cincinnati, right? He seems
Darian Beavers.
He seems the most middle of the pack out of the two, right?
Yep. He's not
steady.
Yeah, he's not the crazy coverage. He's not the big thumper in terms of like how Darian is. But with DeMarco, I thought that for him, man, I thought that he flashed some ranginess in his coverage. Not as rangy as Chad, but I thought that he definitely thought that he showed ability to cover. He had a nice play. Now, granted, it was a completion and it wasn't on him, but it was a play action pass where he reads run, he steps up, and then from there he looks up the crosser. It's simple, but it's one of the key fundamental things in terms of your inside linebackers versus play action pass. Don't get sucked up and then just say, all right, I'm sucked up and stop. No, get your tail downfield because you're going to pick up one of these late crossers, and all it takes is that quarterback holding the ball and deciding to throw back late across the field, i.e. like the Patrick Mahomes type situations. When you burst out of that thing on play action, that's how you get to those type of plays. Or in that case where it was a completion, you make the tackle. But either way, it's productivity. So I did like that about him. The other thing that I thought he was really good against the run. Holy cow. I mean, his ability in terms of just in between the tackles, shuffling downhill. And for me, I thought I liked him a little bit more in terms of just how physical he was against the run. I thought Chad was more fundamentally sound and more effective against the run. But just in terms of that demeanor, that no nonsense, I'm going to put my helmet on your helmet and we're going to see who goes to sleep first. DeMarco definitely was giving me some of that, and I like that.
Some Vince Williams type of stuff.
I'm a sucker for that type of stuff right there. I'm a sucker for those dudes, game. Man. Yeah, and DeMarco, he definitely was giving me those vibes, though, in the sense of, when you watch him come downhill, even when it didn't look perfect, he wasn't going to shy away from contact. It wasn't a ton of on watch him getting pushed back. Now, he had, I think it was like one rep. No, it actually wasn't on him. Now that I think about it, that wasn't because I was Connor Haywood. Connor Haywood, he had a little play. I was like, oh, all right, is that on? Oh, it wasn't him. All right, we're good. Yeah, but like I said, in terms of his ability against the run, I like that, and I think he's a fundamental tackler. You watch the Senior Bowl tape as well, man. Like he wraps up, and that's another thing that we said at times. Even though it kills me that I'm over here talking about fundamentals, but it's not something that you could take for granted. And obviously we've seen that with even the Steelers as a whole, not even in terms of our inside linebackers, our tackling as a whole this year was bad. We missed a lot of tackles.
It's atrocious.
Yeah. And that's something that goes back to your fundamentals. We always say, man, it's not always about doing extraordinary things. It's like, no, do the ordinary things extraordinary. Just if you can do the basic principles of shuffle, stay square, tackle, head across the bow, wrap up, drive your legs. If you do that every single time to the best of your ability, bro, we can win with that. But I don't need, a kill shot right here that's 50-50. You might make it, you might miss it. I don't need you, all right, I'm going to punch at the ball this time. I'm going to wrap up next time. Because when you don't get the punch, well, now they're running still gaining yardage. So it's like all of those things. It's like, man, just get back to the fundamentals. The fundamentals will keep you. Remember what I say, the fundamentals keep your floor at a certain level? Exact same concept, man. But I definitely like that about him.
Where do you see him? You think he's legitimate, probably third, fourth?
I think he's a mid-round guy, yes.
Okay.
And that's why it's like he's another guy where I'm like, it can make sense that, hey, say you don't get a moment at the beginning. All right, in the second round, that's cool. All right, third, fourth round, though, if a guy like DeMarco is there.
Have him compete with like Buddy Johnson or something.
Yeah, because I think he has more range than Buddy, but Buddy has the better size. So it's like you can see a little contrast. It's different, but it's also a true linebacker. It's not Marcus Allen. It's not, in the sense of a converted guy. Even Miles Killebrew, for example, he was in the linebacker room. It's like, man, give me a guy that actually plays linebacker, a guy that we're not going to have to worry about the physical nature of it. He can still be good. Now, the one thing that I would say with him that I want to see him improve upon are his angles to the ball. We said with Chad takes good angles to the ball every time. He's always going to finish in that frame. DeMarco plays with great effort. I love that about him, but just little subtle better angle right here. The one play with Desmond Ridder was the prime example for me. He's like I said, it's not a real blitz, but he gets in a scenario where Desmond is rolling out and he's already outside of him, but instead of him going to where he is going to be, he goes to where he's currently at. Think of it for the hunters out there. They would know this. You can't shoot where you see the bird or wherever that target is. You got to lead him a little bit. Right. And for him, he just has to understand it's a small coaching point in terms of, hey, don't go to the hash where he's at on the hash. man, give yourself about 3 yards, 4 yards, because you're faster. You can always get there and come back. What you can't do is go there and get him. And that was what happened on that play. So when I think of DeMarco, it's just, all right, we can coach up your angles and stuff like that. And that'll help you not just when you're chasing out the quarterbacks, but even going after these running backs as well. But as a whole, I think that, man, he's definitely, I like him. But like I said, I think he's more of a mid-round prospect. This show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. And they have something new going on this time, Deke, because we know it's the big game this weekend. Y'all know we can't say the big game. We got to go to the big game. You know the game I'm talking about this weekend, the big one with the team from LA and the team from Cincinnati. You know them two teams we talking about, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, what DraftKings Sportsbook is doing for all of the first-time users out there, baby. If you use the promo code MOATS, like it always is, on this bet this week for the big game, 56-1 odds. Okay, so you got the team from LA, you got the team from Cincinnati. Put your money down on one of them. Okay, 56-1 odds. So essentially, a $5 bet will win you up to $280 in free bets. Now, this is the kicker with this, right? So to break it down for you, you put your $5 in on the LA team, right? You're like, I like the LA team. They got a kid, from Pennsylvania that I happen to like a lot. All right, we win the bet. Boom, we get that 280. From there, you take that 280, and now you can use that to bet on anything and everything you want right on DraftKings Sportsbook. So
great deal.
Stop wasting time, bro. It is a great.
Can I say this about DraftKings?
Talk about
it,
bro. Absolutely.
I really don't like betting hockey, but. Well, and one of the reasons is a lot of these betting apps don't have nice same-game parlays that you can use. They won't allow it. I go to DraftKings. They have some really nice ones, and I really appreciate what they're doing with the hockey betting.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to put money on the big game, get your 56-1 odds, or if you want to put money on the ice, baby, either way, use that promo code MOATS. But, Deke, we also know that at times, some people have a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
We know at times, Deke, some people can overdo it.
With the big game coming up, I could see that happening. So many props.
It is the big
So many
game.
parlays you could be doing.
It is the big game. So with that being said, with the big game, I got to do it like this, okay? Because if you know someone, or if you happen to have a gambling problem, crisis counseling, or you might need referral services, well, Deke, I got to tell you, you got two things you got to do. First off, you need to dial 877-8-HOPE-NY, okay? For my New Yorkers out there, 877-8-HOPE-NY. But for everybody else that's not living in New York, y'all know what y'all need to call. Y'all need to call 1-800-GAMBLER. I say, you need to call 1-800-GAMBLER.